Welcome to the No Budget Indie Filmcast, where we dip into the independent film universe to highlight those little films that you might not have heard about elsewhere. Will you agree with our panel, or will our panel agree with each other? Tune in to find out. I am Milo Dennison. With me, as always, is Claire Milan
Hello.
and Call Halfini.
Hello.
All right, Call, what's on the agenda this week?
This week, the film is called The Maker, which is written by Christopher Kezelos and Ziad Jamal, and it's directed by Christopher Kezelos, and it is an Australian film. It's an animation, and it is set in a workshop, and you have this insect-like humanoid figure, and he is trying to make a female replica of himself, but he's also working against the clock. Every now and then he looks up at a wall and there's an hourglass, and the sands are flowing through the hourglass, and he's under pressure to get this done before time elapses. So you see him working away. He's looking at a manual. He has to make, he has to get the material, cut the material, sew it up, and so on. And we follow his progress, and he gets closer and closer. Time is running out, but ultimately, he just in time he manages to do it. And you think, yay, we all live happily ever after. But there's a twist in store. So yeah, like this was very, very well done. The animation is really good. Attention to detail, the the cleverness behind the story. It's just a very, very well thought out and well executed little film.
Yeah, it's I love these kind of, I suppose, a stop motion you'd call it, wouldn't you? Stop motion films. Yeah, it was very well done. Like the artistry in it is was like phenomenal. Just the figures and even the teeth. I love the teeth of the characters. And yeah, it was really like a beautiful story and very poignant. And I won't spoil it, but sad. And there was a lovely kind of pacing to it. And yeah, the visuals were really well, really good, and the animation, it just really worked very, very well. And I definitely felt a bit teary-eyed at the end.
Yeah, it's hard because there's not much we could say about it.
Yeah.
Because it is pretty
But
short. It's very simple. But the thing to look for in this is the quality that went into it, like the detail in the puppets and that language. Each of those little icons represents a letter or whatever. So there's that. I was watching a behind the scenes thing on it, and because like with me, the music apparently that was the idea behind the film. So the filmmakers knew the violinist that was doing the music, and they weren't getting enough like attention. And so the filmmakers decided to make a little film inspired by the music, which is really sweet.
mm,
They spent a month, 30 days with four animators basically working around the
mm,
clock to animate the scenes and stuff.
mm.
So yeah, that's a stop motion. It always amazes
Oh,
me
it's
with the
stunning.
time put into it. I don't have the patience for it.
I just realized, is the things in their faces, is that like a music symbol? Is
Yeah,
it?
it's like the
Oh,
symbol from the violin thing. I didn't
oh,
realize that at first either.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's just
Mhm.
interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was on the back of the violin.
Ah.
It's almost like a sort of a musical clef
Mm,
symbol.
mm,
Uh,
Yeah.
mm.
but yeah, no, that was very well. That was very well done. Like the tie in between the music and the actual creature himself.
Yeah.
Uh,
And like they had the bit where the little creature is actually playing the violin
Mm.
to the music for a minute, a little bit there, which I mean, to get that timing right for stop motion, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Well, was it? Um,
Mm.
I saw it at the beginning. I thought, oh yeah, stop motion. And then I looked at IMDb. It didn't mention stop motion, it just said animation. But obviously it
Mm.
is.
I love their eyes as well. Like there's sometimes that the eyes are closed and the eyes open, and it's just wow, it just really hits you. And the teeth, I love those teeth so much. They're like my old teeth. I used to before I got my teeth done. They were my teeth. So anyway, it just worked very well. Very well. You know.
Interestingly, uh, I was reading that it was made in 2012, I think, and
Oh,
it won a lot of awards. And then they had a concept for a feature film, and they went around to different studios, but nobody ever took them up on it.
mm,
So what they did, I think it was a husband and wife team in the end. They wrote a book. So there's actually a book, a young adult fantasy book out there based on the story of this. So the premise seemingly is that one of these creatures fails in making his replica, and then he goes on some sort of journey of discovery. Uh, but
yeah.
Hmm.
Okay.
yeah,
Ooh, and maybe they answer the reason why they have to do this timey,
Mm,
makey thing and stuff like that.
yeah. Like
Yeah.
it's almost it's two or three genres wrapped into one. Like it's sort of
mm.
a mystery, a thriller, and then a kind of a horror too.
Yeah, because I kind of got like a Frankenstein's monster at the start, a little bit, and then
Definitely
yeah,
with
then it
the
changed, didn't
yeah.
it? Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, it's mean, it reminded me as well. I don't know. You probably know this, Milo, but there's these insects that exist in the US, the cicadas that
Oh, cicadas, I think is how they say it. Yeah.
okay. So like they live underground in nymph form for like 13 years or 17 years, and then like every 17 years they come above ground, they molt and turn into adults, fly around, you know, mate, and then go back onto the ground again for 17 years. Uh,
Hmm.
so it's this sort of
Yeah.
this weird sort of cycle of life, which is sort of what you have here. Like I mean, this guy, okay, spoiler alert time again. He just sort of he appears, and then straight away he realizes, oh my god, I've got to recreate myself here, and doesn't know why. Doesn't have time to stop and contemplate the meaning of life. It's just hurry up and make the next one. Um, and it is a sort of a microcosm of really like what we all do, or we're supposed to be doing anyway.
Ooh, yeah, deep thoughts there, because
Yeah,
that's all we're doing is making our replacements before
yeah.
we go. Yeah. Hmm. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Well, should we rate it then? Then,
Yeah.
since we had that. Okay. Claire, you want to go first or you want me to go first?
You can go first. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I mean, I can't fault it. It's really well done. The music is absolutely beautiful, and then watching the behind the scenes stuff, the amount of time that they put into the little details, because since it's all stop motion, that little violin is the size of a battery. So you gotta
Oh,
everything is just so small to then film all of this, which is really impressive. So I'm gonna go 4 stars out of it.
okay. Yeah, for me, a beautiful story and just the whole stop animation and the artistry of it really blew me away, as well as the music. I'm going to give it 4.5 stars.
Okay, well, I really like this. Everything about it, the animation, the story, the concept. So I will give it 5 stars.
Okay, four and a half and
All
five.
right.
Yeah.
So a good round of ratings from the no budget team here for The Maker. So check it out and let us know what you think. You can reach us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at No Budget Show, or leave a comment in the notes below. And with that, we'll say goodbye and see you next time.
Bye.
Goodbye.